Assalamualaikum to our lecturer, Dr. Arif, and to our friends. My name is Nuraini binti Hafiz and my partner Aida Maisara binti Rafi'i, and today we will present to you about our microenterprise business that we have choose, which is nasi lemak petang. So let's move to the first slide. The microenterprise business that we have choose is nasi lemak petang. The owner of this business is Mrs. Kamisah binti Mat Desa and her husband Mr. Sani. Nasi lemak petang is located at Simpang 4, Bandar Sungai Buaya, Rawang, Selangor, and their nasi lemak comes with variety of side dish including sambal paru and kerang, the dabak fried chicken and also grilled chicken. Besides, they also come out with their own product, which is a grilled chicken marinade paste, and they sell it at a nearby shop. According to Mrs. Kamisah, their business has been operation for over 13 years, but it is only run on a small scale. They also did not recruit any outside staff to work with them, instead relied only on their youngster as worker. Next, the reason why they choose to start a business is because of their children. At first, both of them are work. However, to manage their children is extremely difficult because Mrs. Kamisah has 5 children and one of them is disabled. Because working with people makes it harder for them to take time off in an emergency, so another option to consider is for both of them to resign and start their own business. Mr. Sani claims that they choose to sell nasi lemak since it is a family recipe that is simple to prepare. Lastly, for the capital they spend at the beginning of starting a business is very small because as Mrs. Kamisah said, in a day they can only sell 2 kg of rice. Yet, they are always grateful even the profit they get is not too much. Next is the analysis of the competitive force and strategies for the business by using Michael Porter model. Michael Porter model is a business analysis model that explains why different industries can achieve different levels of profitability. It has a 5 force model that is extensively used to examine a company's industry, structure, and business strategy. In this context, several reasons are thought to contribute to the growth of the nasi lemak Puan Kamisah business. The first factor is competition in the industry. As we all know, all types of businesses face increased competition from others. Competition can take numerous forms, including product development, marketing, and even the quality of items provided. In business, the more external competition a company faces, the less likely it is to grow. So, according to Mrs. Kamisah, during the years of operation, they felt less competition from other sellers because there were no more vendors that tend to sell nasi lemak in the evening. The majority of locals in the Bandar Sungai Buaya area sell nasi lemak in the morning as breakfast, so they do not want to bother the sellers. This is also one of the reasons why their sales are more well-known and well-attended in the community. Second is potential of new entrants into an industry. This factor has an impact on a company's power. It means that the less time and money it takes a rival to enter a business market and become a viable competitor, the more vulnerable an established business position becomes. According to her husband, apart from doing business on the side of the road, they had rented a shop before just to provide their customers with more convenience. However, the initiative received less response from the public, so they prefer to sell only on the sides of the road due to the fact that people would rather buy food for takeaway than dine in. Thus, despite the new competition, Mrs. Kamisah's nasi lemak business will need a good and more effective marketing plan and management to remain sustainable for the next 3 years. The third factor is bargaining power of suppliers. This factor is on how easily the suppliers can drive up the cost of inputs or raw material. It is influenced by the number of suppliers of a product or service, essential input, and how unique the inputs are. It is because the fewer suppliers to an industry, the more business will depend on them. In this regard, Mrs. Kamisa frequently deals with a number of suppliers for the purpose of purchasing ingredients. They prefer to engage with the same source for fresh chicken since the fresh chicken provider is more reliable and ensures cleanliness in terms of slaughters and chicken care. While for dry cooking ingredients such as spice, rice, onion, and other items they like to buy at NSK wholesale supermarkets since all buyers are granted membership pricing. The fourth factor is bargaining power of buyer. This factor is affected by the number of buyers or customers a business has, the importance of each customer, and the expenses of finding new customers or markets for the business output. At Nasi Lemak Petang, many customers buy in huge quantities for takeaway. There are also individuals who purchase in order to give charity, but no customers have expressed an interest in requesting a discount if the food orders exceeds their budget so far. But on the other hand, customers frequently dispute the prices of the nasi lemak and fried chicken they serve. Customers believe that the price established by Mrs. Kamisa is too high and that it should be cut more to make it more affordable. Following the issue, they just remain silent because for them, the pricing supply is adequate and affordable when compared to food purchased in restaurants. And the last factor is threat of substitute product. As the factor mentioned, substitute goods or services that can be utilized in place of a company's product or services are a threat because customers will be able to forego purchasing our product and it will reduce the company's influence. In order to avoid losing customers, Nasi Lemak Petang needs to make a small change or give a small privilege to the things they sell so that it will always be a favorite of many people. Mr. Sunny claims that he adds a few unique ingredients when creating gedabak fried chicken. This recipe has also been in use for a long time and has received positive reviews from customers who have visited their stalls. Next, from the Michael Porter model above, we have made some predictions for this Nasi Lemak Petang business. It is to allow them to make more adequate business decisions and can establish more effective strategies. So, the first is Nasi Lemak Petang can be expanded to a large scale of production. It is because of the unique ingredients utilized in their cuisine. Their nasi lemak has earned a place in the hearts of the local community. Aside from that, they also receive orders for donations or any meals from an outsider or the nearby community. Some improvements have also been made to ensure that Mrs. Kamisa's business is better prepared to face the challenges that will undoubtedly occur in the future. For example, like competitors, although there may be no other vendor selling similar item at this time, this does not guarantee a favorable situation. And the other prediction is maybe Mrs. Kamisa's business may create new menus by innovating on existing products. This is to acknowledge the existence of nasi lemak replacement because for the past 2 years, people have preferred nasi lemak petang as their side dish or dinner. However, after the next 5 years, this statement cannot ensure that the community will continue to choose our products since other business owners have been motivated to create new products that are more appealing to the community to try. So, by upgrading their current items, they may assist their business grow and, more importantly, can attract new customers to continue supporting them. Next, for the influencing factors that could give positive or negative impacts to the business, there are two elements that will probably give impacts to nasi lemak petang, which are both external and internal factors, and also the factors which come from the individual as well. For the internal and external factors, the first is customers. Customers is the individual who will purchase our product, and every purchase from them can help sellers in making a profit and generating income. So, they have given a positive impact on nasi lemak petang business because it would be hard to thrive and grow without their presence and support. And the second is the supplier. Supplier is a person or organization that supplies a product or service to the business of another entity, because without a supplier, inputs or materials required for operation would not be created perfectly. Suppliers must also be active and interact with sellers on a regular basis in order to avoid any ordering misunderstandings or errors. Meanwhile, for the individual factors which could give an impact to the business is weather. It gives a negative influence to their business because due to the bad weather conditions such as heavy rainfall and storms, many fruits are unsold and excessive. As a result, Mrs. Kamisa suffered an indirect loss on that day. However, it is not a big loss to them because the excessive fruits will be given to passers-by or donated to the mosque or surah. And the individual factor which give a positive impact to their business is inner strength. This inner power is derived from the support of family and friends. This is to ensure that we do not give up easily or become dissatisfied during the business process. And their main strength in order to continue to grow in business is their children. They also have children with special needs. So, in order to provide them with comfort and sufficiency, Mrs. Kamisa and her husband must be resilient in the face of difficulties. So, that's all from me. For the next part, I will pass to Aida Maisara to continue.
Hi, my name is Aida Maisara Bitrofi, and I will continue explain on the stakeholders and actors for the business environment. The stakeholders and actors that can be found in nasi lemak petang business are the supplier for chicken and other ingredients, customers, and the owner's family members. For the supply chain, the owner can get other ingredients like wet and dry ingredients from NSK wholesale market and other grocery store. This is because the owner can get lower price for the ingredients from NSK wholesale market and grocery store. However, the owner has regular supplier for chicken from morning market as the owner want to keep the cleanliness and halal for the food that they sold. The owner said that they stick with one chicken supplier because they can guarantee that the chicken will be slaughtered in the halal manner as the supplier is a Muslim. Next, move to the customer. The customer that buy nasi lemak petang are mostly Muslim, and the customer are usually from Sungai Buaya residents and factory workers. The owner told that 5 PM and above usually the peak hour as the customer usually back from work. So during that hour, the owner will be very busy. The last actors that contribute in this small business is the owner's family members, which is his wife and 5 children. One of the children was disabled from birth. Because of that, the owner has started the business of nasi lemak petang as he and his wife had difficulty to work as well to take care of their firstborn during that time. Now, the owner had run the business with his wife and his 4 children. Even though the owner's children are still studying, these will be at the store helping their parents every evening after school or during school holidays. This helped the owners to reduce some load in running the business of nasi lemak petang. Next, move to the type of adopter of this business owner. There are 5 types of adopters in business, which are the innovators, early adopters, early majority, late majority, and laggard. Based on the business of nasi lemak petang, we had identified that laggard is the type of adopter of this business owner. This is because, in our observation, the owner is value traditional methods of doing things and highly averse to change and risk, as he prefer to open a stall instead of store or restaurant, and the innovation of the menu at the stall is more often than others. Only secret recipe make the food at the stores taste different. Plus, the owner has low socio-economic status and rarely seek opinions outside of their own limit social set, where they prefer to open a store near their house instead of run business in the town area. In addition, as many cases of laggard type are older people who are less familiar with technology than younger generations, which can be seen where the owner only advertising his business at Facebook platform instead of other social media. Moreover, he prefer deliver the food by himself instead of using any food delivery services such as Grab, Foodpanda, Shopee Food, and others. Next, we move to the digital technology approach. For this business, we have suggested the owner to enlarge his business by being active in advertising his business on social media like Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and others, as the owner had said that they had advertising on Facebook before but did not get much response because the residents at Sungai Buaya prefer to buy food from their stalls. This is because nowadays people are often put their eyes on screen and always on social media to know more about news. Plus, by using social media, people get to know more about something that they sometimes did not realize. Moreover, society these days are easily swayed by any announcement from social media, especially food, as it easily looks tempting and people will make a way to get it. Other than that, every menu at Nasi Lemak Petang has its own specialty which make it different from others. Other than using social media, we had also suggest the owner to use any food delivery services such as Grab, Foodpanda, Shopee Food, and others in order to make it easy for them to deliver food to customers. This is because the owner has that they need to stop delivery service to customers because of lack of time. By using other food delivery services will help in saving times and the owner can focus on the business at the store. This digital innovation will help Nasi Lemak Petang business grow more advanced in future. For the conclusion, the business of Nasi Lemak Petang can actually go further in future if the owner is willing to take a risk in innovation of his products or technology surrounds us. Because of some circumstances such as his daughter's conditions, he and his wife decide to open stall near the house. In addition, by following the development of technology, we help to reduce load in business, such as using food delivery services or use social media for advertising businesses. This is because the world is changing as long as the development of technology. From this observation shows that the owner needs to be active in updating his business in social media platform to have connection with his customers. Plus, the owner can also try using food delivery services to deliver food to his customer in order to save time and energy. That's all from us. Thank you.